question for you guys. If words are spells and spells are magic, then why do you talk to yourself so poorly? Even in the Bible, it said, in the beginning there was the Word and the Word was God. Now I'm going to tell you, even if you don't believe in voodoo or pie in the sky, big man, don't talk poorly to yourself. Your words have a direct effect, whether internally or externally, to who you are, what you do, and how you react to things. Just one more quick analogy, take this in for instance. When you have a horse, right? Someone who owns a horse, when they put it on something, say a tree for example, all they have to do is wrap it around once, right? Because younger in that horse's life, they have actually tied it on tight, and that horse fought and struggled and tried to pull off, and it didn't work. So all you have to do is have the illusion of the horse being tied on, and the horse won't move. It'll just stay there. It's not being held down. And to be honest with you, my point is that is exactly what you are doing when you talk negative to yourself. Same thing with positive in a different way, in the exact opposite way, but we'll get to that. So, your brain does not know the difference between you joking about what you're saying or being real life. And if you say things enough times, and this is the key thing, if you say things enough times, you will believe it. And if you don't believe me, honestly, just look at what happens with, it's over pandemic. They said things enough times and people believed it. Even way back, Nazi Germany. It's like, not all the German people were monsters back then, but someone said something enough times that they believed it. There are numerous examples of this being true. So I ask the question again, why do you talk so negatively about yourself? Because it happens everywhere, and we've seen it. And I'm not gonna lie, I've had a huge problem in my life of me talking negatively about myself. Even there were times where I would be self-deprecating. I wouldn't believe what I was saying or anything. But then it got to a point where I did, and it dug me in a hole. And that's what I want to have you guys avoid, because if I could get anyone to avoid that little tiny minuscule thing that makes a huge difference in your life, then I've done my job. That's pretty much it. By the way, for those of you who don't know, my name is Brendan. This is The Lost Tribe, a channel to help men and women achieve better for themselves and to know the truth. And this is a little bit of both today. If you enjoyed this so far, consider smashing that like button. Leave a comment, subscribe if you like it, and watch all the way to the end. Do what you gotta do, boo-boo. But this technique of not talking negative to yourself is so powerful, and it works the opposite way too. And I'm gonna have people question me in a second, so just stay tuned. So if you're going through something, right, and you're doing something and you just keep on going, oh, nothing goes as planned, this, that, and you look at it in a bad way, nothing's ever going to go as planned for you in your life. You will, like I said, even if you don't believe in this in a spiritual sense, you saying that and reinforcing that mentally will subconsciously find a way to screw everything up. Like, even just in that basic sense. And if you flip it on the other side, is where, you know what, this isn't going as I planned, but everything always works out in the end. Everything always happens well. And some people be like, oh, you're just too optimistic, and that's pessimistic people for you. But being too optimistic, you don't know that, da-da-da. Well, I'll flip it back around and use like, you don't know that nothing's gonna go as planned. You don't know that everything's gonna suck. And honestly, it ends up being mindset. Because realistically, if everything always works out well in the end, it is about mindset too. It's like, you know what? I didn't get exactly what I wanted, but Bob Ross, happy accidents. Everything works out the way it's supposed to. And this is a process that I've been doing over the years, is working on talking less negative to myself, catching myself when it happens, and talking positive instead. And what I was going to say, people were going to say before and question me about it is, oh, how do you know that works? Like, it never works for me. I tried it once and it extremely failed. I had the worst day of my life, all this stuff. And I say, one, first off, it takes time. Two, and second off, it's because you didn't believe it. A lot of it is, one, about what you say to yourself, and two, about believing it. Because, and I mean, even with the negative talk, it goes like this. You have the negative talk in the beginning, right? And if you say, oh, I'm a POS, I this, that, me as an example, being self-deprecating, it wasn't believed in the beginning. So, it didn't really have, a strong effect. You know what I mean? But the more you say it, the more you start to believe it, and then that belief is there. So if you build it up the same way with the positive talk, it's like you might not believe it at first, but every day that you keep on going out there, and it's honestly a little bit of masochism, because you take a beating, especially if you've been way down deep in the negative, and you've beat yourself so much up to that point. But if you flip it around, and like I said, if you're like, oh, positive thinking, this, that, today's going to be a beautiful day. And by the way, it is an absolutely beautiful day today. It is 8:30 in the morning, and I am up, and I am alive, and I am thankful for it. But anyways, if you keep doing that, then it's going to start to root itself in your being, in your center, in your soul, and it will change your life. I'm not even joking. And if you don't believe me, try it out. If you, in 30 days, do this, and if you genuinely do not change, and you give it a genuine try, then you will get the Billy Mays money back guarantee. You're getting it all back. I will eat a sock. I will do something, whatever it is. But I am that confident by doing what I told you that you will change your life. But so to end this with the final note, stop talking negatively about yourself. Start talking positively about yourself. Don't let anyone else talk negative about you. You don't have to punch them in the face because they're talking bad about you. But don't believe it. Don't believe it. Walk away. And if that's someone that's in your life, you confront them about it. And don't let people talk to you like that. Or just remove yourself from the situation. Because ultimately you shouldn't need people like that in your life anyways. And I know a lot of times it's family. Or people that you have to coexist with because of the fact that you're in a certain circumstance. But don't let them get you down, man. I even have just a brief quick thing on that. Just working in the restaurant business. I ended up working in the kitchen at one point, bunch of points, but I liked it better because on the floor as a server, I was the only positive one, and there were a bunch of ladies that would constantly argue and bicker, and they didn't get along, and there was always drama. I got dragged into the drama. I felt like garbage because I was dragged into their crap. But once I removed myself from that and I reinstated my own positive thinking, then everything got better. And I honestly promise you, it might not even take 30 days. If you just get a positive mindset, positive attitude, everything. Because even I've seen it in my own life that's happened. And just to jump back to that other point is now when I randomly bartend, because I don't work there full time anymore because I just had to say no, I can't do this. But when I randomly bartend and I come in with a smashing attitude and I'm all positive and people are just like, oh, it's gonna be a bad night tonight. It's gonna be a bad night. We're not gonna make that much money. And I'm like, we're gonna make all the money we need. We're gonna make a serious amount of money here. If you keep your attitude up, then that's how it's gonna happen. And sometimes we don't make all the money, but we had a great night. It wasn't mopey dopey, all being like, ooh, boo, hoo, woe is me. This is a waste of a night. It's like, nah, we had a banger night, to the point now where when they need covers for bartending, they call me. Not to toot my own horn, they call me because I'm a good time to be around. And if anything else, for you taking this advice, is to be a good time to be around, but make yourself electric too. So, on that note, I'm at the beach. For those of you who know, this is my end point. Unedited, we're at 11 minutes. Once again, my name is Brendan. This is the Lost Tribe. If you subscribe, I first off welcome you to the family, the tribe. You're one of us now. For returning members, thank you for making it this far. And please leave a comment on how I can make better content. Because there is a drop off in viewership, pretty decently in, so I don't know if I'm just losing people, whatever's happening. It is what it is. But regardless, I'm at the beach, having a beautiful day. Leave a comment, subscribe, smash the like button. Do what you gotta do, man. If you gotta smash the dislike button, then do it up. But regardless, having a beautiful day. On that note, guys, peace out. Happy Wednesday. I'll see y'all soon.